and needed to prove to people that he could beat Vito.
Marvin Hagler, of course, had started to get more and more rep all around the country, and many felt it was going to be a very short fight, and Antuofermo wanted to try to go in and prove otherwise.
Well, the burden of proof was on Antuofermo, which indeed it was when they first fought, when Antuofermo was champion. People felt that Hagler had too many skills for Vito, and for Vito, though, he always came into fights with that tremendous will and heart, and of course that's what he brought into this match.
As you take a look at the psychological effect coming into this match itself, Hagler had been talking about this, and he really had to kind of sit back, even though he did finally get the title from Minter. He had to kind of sit back and think about this a long time.
Oh, I think this fight, with Marvin Hagler, fights in this era, the Minter fight, he was angry because Minter didn't give him a title shot right away. Antuofermo, because of that draw. There was a lot going on in Marvin Hagler's mind during this period, and all these fights filled with emotion for him, and as we look at him fight, you can see that emotion bubble to the surface.
Well, let's take you back to June 13th, 1981, as indeed we're ready for the rematch. 15-round draw the last time. Will it be different? We'll find out as Al Bernstein and I will call it for you right after this time out.
You got a thirst for life. You put more in. You're getting more out. You got a thirst for life. And the more you put in, the more you get out. This fight's for you. Crisp, clean. Like Beechwood H tastes if we put more in. This fight's for you. We put more in. You get more. You get more out. Budweiser.
TSN presents two games from the Calgary Cup pre-Olympic hockey tournament, a truly international event. The four-team tournament includes Canada, the Soviets, Czechoslovakia, and Team USA. And it's played on the Olympic-size ice surface at the Saddle Dome in Calgary, home of the 1988 Winter Olympics. Join Jim Van Horn, Howie Meeker, and Jim Houston for our first exciting match between the Soviets and Czechoslovakia, Sunday, December 28th at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Well, many have been waiting for this rematch as Marvin Hagler going up against Vito Antuofermo. And, of course, you may recall it had gone to a 15-round draw. We pick it up in round number 2 of this rematch between these two. A little different here, though, as Marvin Hagler has already taken the championship, and Vito Antuofermo trying to get it back. Marvin Hagler coming up with the title against Alan Minter.
And again, Hagler now waging this battle on the inside with Antuofermo. Not afraid to battle with him on the inside as he wasn't in their first match. Hagler's so motivated to beat Antuofermo and erase any doubt in people's minds because of that first draw they had.
Antuofermo in that first of the bouts between the two, of course, did not have the heavy beard, which he wears here against the very clean-shaven Marvin Hagler, other than the mustache.
Marvin Hagler clean-shaven everywhere. Marvin is setting down on his punches and really punching with a lot of authority. I think more than in their initial fight.
Well, after that 15-round draw that retained the title for Antuofermo, Marvin Hagler really afterwards thought he had won the fight, and so did many others. And so he has something to prove here against Antuofermo. Even though he is the champion, he still has that in the back of his mind.
He's landing the jabs and a good straight left hand, and he is getting to Vito with those shots.
Halfway through round 2 here at the Boston Garden.
Referee Davey Pearl, as Mills Lane was in the first fight, an important figure because he's got to keep things under control on the inside.
That was interesting in that first fight that these two had some year and a half ago, in the fact that in the early rounds, they were letting them do a little infighting. Then the mid-rounds, they kind of let them not do so much. And then at the end of the fight, it was definitely chest-to-chest for both of these guys. Antuofermo now has got an open up of a gash. It appears to be slightly over the left eye now.
Looks like it's on the forehead, and it may have come from a clash of heads or an elbow or whatever. A lot of extracurricular activity going on by both fighters on the inside, heads and elbows. But in this round, Marvin Hagler just boxing beautifully.
Antuofermo definitely with a gash over that right eye, over the left eye, excuse me, just on the forehead. Hagler straight right, stunned. Antuofermo, 30 seconds to go in round 2, and Hagler is now measuring him. Left hand again, left-right combination by Hagler. Antuofermo clinches to try to get away from it. Hagler answers with an uppercut, and there's the bell to end round 2. So as Vito Antuofermo goes to his corner, Marvin Hagler taking the measurement 2. We'll be back in a moment.
I bet you're wondering how I knew I took plans to make me blue with some other guy you knew before. Between the two of us, guys, you never love you more. It took me by surprise. When I found out yesterday, don't you know that I prayed it through the grapevine? Not much.
I can make it, I can make it, I can do it all alone. I know you're not there, Dad, through no fault of my own. I can make it, I can do it if you lead me through today. A brother's hand is all I need to help me on my way. Oh, brother, I can make it if you help me find my way.
Round 3, Boston Garden, Marvin Hagler, big second round. Vito Antuofermo with a cut over that right eye just about in the middle of the forehead. It has been closed well, but may still give him some problems here as Marvin Hagler with an excellent second round, Al Bernstein.
Indeed, and there he lands a good left uppercut. This is a stronger Marvin Hagler than faced Antuofermo the first time. He looks bigger physically, and he is really setting down on his punches and banging Antuofermo. Hagler wants so badly to erase the memory of that draw to Vito.
Even though nearly a year and a half since their first fight, and there is the knockdown. He's up quickly, Davy Pearl. Getting the standing 8. Oh, you can just see Antuofermo has really been battered around that right eye. And the left as well, with a cut on the forehead. Hagler wastes no time coming back in, flipping that right jab right in his face.
Good straight left hand by Hagler was what did the damage and knocked Antuofermo down. Looked almost like a flash knockdown, but boy, that punch had some steam on it. Hard to get Vito Antuofermo off his feet, too. Not many men have done that.
But here in the third, he has been on the canvas. Marvin Hagler, the champion. You feel it has been long overdue since this man had the championship. Antuofermo, of course, trying to regain it after that 15-round draw he had with Hagler earlier. Halfway through round 3.
Hagler continues to land the jab well, and Antuofermo not slipping punches as well in this fight as he did in their first fight a year and a half before this.
He fought back in Las Vegas on November the 13th, 1979. Here at the Boston Garden, Marvin Hagler really continues to measure Antuofermo. Left-right combinations have just been devastating.
And at the Boston Gardens, a lot of Marvin Hagler fans. He, of course, from Brockton, Massachusetts, very near Boston.
There's that infighting again that Antuofermo would like to settle into. Hagler in their first fight did very well in that infighting. Here tonight, he has not strayed away from it that much.
So Hagler showing his strength on the inside.
30 seconds to go in round 3. Antuofermo hitting off of the break. Davy Pearl gives him a warning. Hagler was going to ask for one anyway.
It cost Antuofermo in a way because Hagler hit him as he was going away on that break.
You can see as Antuofermo turns squarely into my cameras that he has a lot of blood over that left eye off the forehead cut. And there's the bell to end round 3. So Marvin Hagler, the champion, along with Vito Antuofermo, as you see him settling down in his corner, fought through 3 rounds. And here's the replay, and I think we may see that straight left hand here, Al.
He caught Antuofermo coming in, and Hagler, not known as a tremendous puncher with the straight left, but he threw this one perfectly, and it landed there. Antuofermo's starting to come in. He will get him coming in. There's the straight left, and Antuofermo goes down. He was off balance, but that punch hurt him, and we'll see it from another angle. Hagler setting it up well with the jab, which is the key to this, really.
So is Marvelous Marvin Hagler, the champion, has put, of course, Vito on the canvas for the first time here in the 3rd round. Hagler trying to answer the bell, coming out here for round number 4. Eyes really puffed. Antuofermo waiting in his corner. Hagler antsy to get out for the bell in round 4. Boston Garden anticipating something going here in round 4 as well. Antuofermo coming in, just clenching, holding, trying to get inside. Hagler, of course, quite obviously, as you look at it with us, very much the boxer here. He has the skills, certainly the talent.
Antuofermo has been unable to land effectively on the inside. He's been hit with those jabs and straight left hands as he's coming in. And when he's on the inside, has not been able to land as effectively as he'd like. What a right hook by Marvin Hagler.
Again, Antuofermo lunging in, and Hagler has just been kind of waiting for that, and he has made Antuofermo pay the price. Hagler covering very well on most of the shots by Antuofermo so far here in the 4th round, and scoring again left-right.
Hagler going to the body very well, much more than he did when they fought in their first fight. He is working the body of Antuofermo extremely well, which may be part of the reason why he's landing those headshots better.
Antuofermo, of course, the minute Hagler goes downstairs, Antuofermo seems to kind of crouch over even more, and that really opens up that over the top. And Hagler indeed has gone upstairs well, with particularly the left hand. Ever-present right-handed jab, though, by Hagler. Setting up that straight left that sent Antuofermo to the canvas in the 3rd.
Hagler at about 30 years of age for this fight, in his prime, really. Fighting as well, I think, as he can fight as a middleweight. And Vito Antuofermo, some thoughts at this time about his overall career. Taking a lot of punishment.
A cut up over the eyebrow of the left eye, almost on the forehead, and now that gash that we saw earlier in the early fight, way back in '79, that gave Antuofermo some problems under the right eye has started to open up, and he's bleeding from that now. Antuofermo, that big heart, trying to hold forth here with 30 seconds to go in the 4th. But Hagler continues to score right-left combinations.
Antuofermo trying to pick up the pace, but Hagler has just been dominant.
Now Davey Pearl warning Marvin Hagler of a headbutt.
That may be a little late for Vito Antuofermo.
Absolutely. Quick exchange, very quick hands of Marvin Hagler. Oh, an excellent example graphically, and there's the bell in round 4. Antuofermo going to his corner. Marvin Hagler to the opposite side. Oh, Vito is just a bloody mess on the right side. And of course, blood on over the left eye as well on the forehead. As they're giving him a good long look now in his corner right now.
Doctors in there taking a look, and this is really in about as bad a place as you can have a cut right over the eye. Antuofermo known as a bleeder, of course, and you can see what a big gash that is.
So it is not the one under the eye, but the one just over the eye that was giving him so much trouble, and you can really see how bad that gash was. Davey Pearl, the referee, leaning in.
And they are seriously talking about stopping this fight, it would appear. Not happy in Vito's corner, but that's a tremendously big gash.
There is indeed great conversation about this fight not going any further. And Davey Pearl, the referee, says that's it. So as Davey Pearl walks across the ring, retaining his middleweight championship, marvelous Marvin Hagler near his hometown of Brockton here at the Boston Garden in Boston, Massachusetts, as he wins it here over... Well, certainly this particular fight between Hagler and Antuofermo went much differently than that first one, Al Bernstein, and I think vengeance might be the word for Hagler. He came out with vengeance in the eye.
Oh, he did indeed. It was a rough fight, obviously, as we saw, and it was the kind of fight that you knew that Marvin Hagler was going to do anything it took to win that fight. And after this fight, he said he felt redeemed. He felt, okay, I've shown people now that I can handle this man.
That, of course, early in 1981. Let's move to further action with our next of our super bouts here. Also a middleweight fight back in 1981. Mustafa Hamsho was the next man that Marvin Hagler would fight.